This show is part of OnePlace, a daily network of focused briefings across the stories people follow most.
Welcome to today's roundup. We are diving into a massive day of sports news, from European football giants to high-stakes NBA playoff battles, and a potential coaching blockbuster in Madrid.
PSG reaches the Champions League final after drawing Bayern.
Lakers need Austin Reeves to step up against Oklahoma City.
Jalen Brunson leads the Knicks to a series lead.
Harry Kane matches a historic Champions League scoring record.
Jose Mourinho discusses a sensational return to Real Madrid.
Jaguars confirm Travis Hunter will remain a two-way player.
Oklahoma City looks to extend their lead over Los Angeles.
College volleyball prepares for a record-breaking stadium exhibition.
Starting with European football, Paris Saint-Germain is heading back to the Champions League final after a tense 1-1 draw against Bayern Munich in the semi-final second leg. Ousmane Dembélé set the tone early, scoring in just the third minute after a brilliant sequence involving Kvicha Kvaratskhelia and Fabian Ruiz. That early strike was absolutely vital as it gave PSG a cushion they desperately needed. Even though Harry Kane managed to equalize for Bayern in stoppage time, it simply wasn't enough to keep the German side's treble dreams alive. PSG moves forward with a 6-5 aggregate victory, having narrowly won the first leg in Paris. It was a display of resilience for the defending champions, who had to withstand significant pressure from a Bayern attack that featured the likes of Kane and Luis Diaz throughout the match.
The French Giants are now set to face Arsenal in the final in Budapest on May 30th. PSG president Nasser Al-Khelaifi was understandably thrilled, calling his players warriors and emphasizing their goal to secure a second star for the club. It is a massive achievement to reach back-to-back finals, especially considering the defensive struggles they faced in the first leg, where they conceded 4 goals. Midfielder João Neves noted that the team knows how to suffer and is ready for the challenges ahead. For Bayern, the loss is a bitter pill to swallow, especially for coach Vincent Kompany, who tried to remain optimistic about the progress made this season. Despite dominating possession and launching 18 shots, the German Giants couldn't overcome that early Dembélé goal, leaving them to focus on domestic goals for the remainder of the year.
Moving to the NBA, the Los Angeles Lakers find themselves in a familiar and difficult position as they navigate the Western Conference semifinals against the Oklahoma City Thunder. LeBron James has been vocal about his desire to compete for a championship, but at 41 years old, the burden of carrying the entire offense every night is becoming an unrealistic expectation. His agent, Rich Paul, has noted that while LeBron values the partnership with the Lakers, he needs a realistic chance of winning it all. Currently, that chance seems to be slipping as the Lakers struggle to find consistent scoring help around their superstar. With Luka Doncic sidelined and other key players finding their rhythm, the pressure is mounting on the supporting cast to provide the necessary spark to keep this series competitive against a very talented and deep Thunder roster.
A major part of that supporting cast is Austin Reeves, who is being looked at as a potential lifeline for Los Angeles. Reeves had a rough outing in Game 1, shooting just 3 for 1-6 and committing 4 turnovers. For the Lakers to have any hope of stealing Game 2 and evening the series, Reeves must reclaim the form he showed during the middle of the season. The dilemma for the Lakers isn't James himself, who is still capable of massive scoring nights, but rather the lack of reliable production from those around him. If James ends up as the leading scorer throughout the series without significant contributions from Reeves or others like Rui Hachimura, it could be a very short postseason run. The team needs a balanced attack to counter the efficiency of Oklahoma City's young stars if they want to advance.
Next, in basketball news, in the Eastern Conference, the New York Knicks have taken a commanding 2-0 lead over the Philadelphia 76ers, following a hard-fought 108-102 victory. Jalen Brunson was once again the hero for New York, scoring 26 points and hitting the tie-breaking basket with about 5 minutes left on the clock. Unlike the blowout in Game 1, this matchup was incredibly tight, featuring 25 lead changes and 14 ties. The 76ers, playing without the injured reigning MVP Joel Embiid, showed a lot of heart and kept the game within reach until the final minutes. However, Brunson's ability to thrive in high-pressure situations proved to be the difference-maker. He followed up his tiebreaker with another jumper to extend the lead, showing exactly why he has become the focal point of this Knicks team and a fan favorite at Madison Square Garden.
The Knicks also got significant contributions from OG Anunoby, who added 24 points, and Karl Anthony Towns, who recorded a double-double with 20 points and 10 rebounds. This win follows a historic Game 1, where the Knicks became the first team to win 3 straight postseason games by at least 25 points. On the other side, Tyrese Maxey led the 76ers with 26 points, but they now face a steep uphill battle as the series shifts to Philadelphia. Meanwhile, in the Western Conference, the San Antonio Spurs made history by handing the Minnesota Timberwolves their worst postseason loss ever, a 133-95 drubbing. Victor Wembanyama was dominant with 19 points and 15 rebounds, evening that series at 1 game apiece. As the playoffs continue, the intensity is clearly ramping up across both conferences, with several teams fighting to stay alive.
Back to the pitch. Harry Kane has etched his name into the history books once again, matching a remarkable record held by Cristiano Ronaldo. By scoring in the 94th minute against Paris Saint-Germain, Kane became only the second player to score in 6 consecutive Champions League knockout stage appearances. It is a testament to his individual brilliance and consistency on the biggest stage in European football. However, the milestone is bittersweet, as his late goal wasn't enough to prevent Bayern Munich from being eliminated. Kane moved to Bayern specifically to win major trophies, yet the Champions League title remains elusive. Despite a spectacular season where he has netted 56 goals across all competitions, he will have to wait at least another 9 months to resume his quest for European glory. It is a frustrating conclusion to an otherwise historic individual campaign for the England captain.
While Kane reflects on what could have been, PSG is celebrating their progression to the final in Budapest. They managed to hold on to their aggregate lead despite Bayern dominating possession with 66% and taking 18 shots. The French side showed incredible discipline, especially after taking that early lead through Dembélé. For Bayern, the focus now shifts to finishing their domestic season strongly, but the disappointment of missing out on the final will linger. They had high hopes of overturning the first-leg deficit at the Allianz Arena, but the defending champions proved too difficult to break down. Now, the stage is set for a massive final between PSG and Arsenal. For Kane, the wait for a major trophy continues, highlighting the unpredictable nature of football where even record-breaking individual performances don't always guarantee team success on the grandest stage.
Now for a rumor. The football world is buzzing with reports that Jose Mourinho could be making a sensational return to Real Madrid. Sources indicate that the Special One recently held a secret 1-hour video conference with club president Florentino Perez to discuss the possibility of taking over the reins at the Bernabeu once again. Mourinho, who is currently under contract with Benfica until 2027, has emerged as a serious candidate as pressure mounts on the current coaching staff following a disappointing campaign. This potential reunion has polarized the Real Madrid fanbase. Many remember him as the manager who broke Barcelona's dominance and brought a fierce winning mentality to the squad. His tactical discipline and experience are seen by some as the perfect fix for the team's current lack of consistency, while others worry about the drama that often follows his tenure at major clubs.
What makes this potential return even more interesting are Mourinho's reported non-negotiable demands. He isn't focusing on his salary, but rather on total control of the club's internal operations. Mourinho is reportedly asking for absolute sporting authority, a complete restructure of the medical department, and full disciplinary power over the squad. These demands suggest he wants to avoid the internal politics that marred the end of his first stint in Madrid between 2010 and 2013. During that time, he won La Liga, the Copa del Rey, and the Supercopa, but left amidst significant friction. If Perez agrees to these terms, it would represent a massive shift in how Real Madrid operates. The prospect of Mourinho returning to one of the world's biggest stages is certainly a story that will dominate headlines as the off-season approaches in Spain.
Switching to the NFL, the Jacksonville Jaguars have clarified their vision for second-year star Travis Hunter, confirming that he will continue to play as a two-way player. Despite some outside skepticism about the physical toll of playing both offense and defense, head coach Liam Cohen stated that the plan has not changed since they drafted him. Hunter was a sensation as a rookie before a torn LCL ended his season prematurely. During that time, he logged about 61% of his snaps on offense and 37% on defense. The organization believes in his unique ability to impact the game on both sides of the ball and intends to give him every opportunity to do so. General Manager James Gladstone echoed this sentiment, noting that they drafted him specifically for this versatile role, and they are excited to see his progression in his second year.
Hunter is currently making good progress in his recovery and is already back on the grass in a limited capacity. The team expects him to be a full participant by the time training camp begins. While there was some speculation that he might move to cornerback full-time to preserve his health, the Jaguars have firmly shut that down. However, they do expect an uptick in his usage at corner compared to last season. This is partly due to the team's depth at wide receiver, having added Jacoby Myers and retaining other key targets. Hunter is being touted as a top candidate for a breakout season, with many analysts believing his second year will be even more impactful as he becomes more comfortable with the NFL's pace. His ability to dominate as an every-down corner while still contributing on offense makes him one of the most exciting young talents.
Back to the Thunder. As we look ahead to Game 2, between the Oklahoma City Thunder and the Los Angeles Lakers, the Thunder remain the only undefeated team left in the NBA playoffs. After sweeping the Suns, they continued their dominance with a convincing 108-9-0 win over the Lakers in Game 1. Chet Holmgren was the standout performer, showing why he was a top draft pick by recording 24 points, 12 rebounds, and 3 blocks. His presence on both ends of the floor was a major problem for Los Angeles, who struggled to find any rhythm. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Ajay Mitchell also contributed 18 points each, showcasing the depth and balance of this young Oklahoma City squad. The Lakers, meanwhile, relied heavily on LeBron James and Rui Hachimura, who combined for half of the team's total points, leaving the rest of the roster searching for answers.
For fans looking to catch Game 2, it's important to note that the game will not be on traditional television. Instead, it will be streaming exclusively on Prime Video, starting at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time from the Paycom Center. This is a critical matchup for the Lakers, who need to find a way to neutralize Holmgren and get more production from their bench. With Austin Reeves back in the lineup, they have the pieces to make it a series, but they must execute better than they did in the opener. The Thunder have all the momentum right now, and playing at home gives them a significant advantage as they look to take a 2-0 lead. It will be interesting to see if the Lakers can make the necessary adjustments or if Oklahoma City's unblemished playoff run will continue through another dominant performance on their home court.
Finally, in college sports, college volleyball is set to take center stage this fall with a massive exhibition tournament called Spikes Under the Lights at AT&T Stadium in Dallas. This first-of-its-kind event will feature 4 powerhouse programs: Nebraska, Penn State, Florida, and SMU. What makes this even more exciting is the $1 million prize pool awarded to the winner, a significant milestone for the sport. The teams will compete in a best-of-3 format, starting with semifinal matches, followed by a championship final. This event is part of a growing trend of high-profile volleyball matches, with Nebraska and Penn State also scheduled to play at Wrigley Field later in the season. The tournament is scheduled for August 27th and promises to be a highlight of the collegiate sports calendar, drawing attention to the incredible talent and growing popularity of women's volleyball across the country.
Beyond the prize money, this event has the potential to make history in terms of attendance. Nebraska previously set a world record for a women's sporting event when 92,000 fans packed Memorial Stadium. With AT&T Stadium's capacity reaching up to 100,000, that record is officially under threat. Tickets are already available, with prices ranging from $50 for general admission to over $1,000 for courtside seats. A special volleyball court will be constructed right on the field, offering fans a unique viewing experience in one of the world's most iconic venues. It is truly a golden era for college volleyball fans, and this tournament represents a major step forward in the commercial and cultural growth of the sport. If you want to be part of a potential world record crowd, Dallas is the place to be this August.
That wraps up our briefing for today. Thanks for joining us for this look at the biggest stories in sports and beyond.
Don't forget to follow the show for your next daily update. We will see you back here tomorrow.